Hello, and welcome to GSA Monday. This week, we'll be discussing the topic of coming out and what you can do to make this process as smooth as possible. So, you figured out you're gay. There are the obvious choices, such as,
oh my god, I found my card, not straight!
Or,
so you like her, huh?
Yes.
So you like him now?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Who do you like? Girls, boys?
Yes!
but today, we'll be talking about more general steps that you can take before coming out. Firstly, you'll need to make sure that you are in a safe environment. If you are not in a safe environment, coming out may do more harm than good. While most will be aware of what their friends and family's views are on the LGBTQ community, if you aren't, maybe just slide in a few questions here and there to further understand their stance. For example, maybe you're sitting at dinner with your parents. Throw in a "did you hear about such and such coming out?" when there's a lull in the conversation. This will most likely give you a good idea on their standings with the LGBTQ community. Now, if they do end up being unsupportive, maybe wait to come out until you're in a good place to leave if you need to, or are able to sever ties with them easily. The next step is to plan your course of action. Some take it on with a simple conversation or go all out and plan something extravagant. It all depends on what you need and want. Some may even skip the planning step entirely and just bring it up when they feel the time is right. Just remember, whatever you plan may go a little astray due to their reaction. The final step is, of course, to put your plan in motion. Muster up your courage, go out there and say, "Hey, I'm coming out." Diana Ross would be proud. Just remember, there is no right time, way, or how to come out. You need to make decisions that are right for you, and once again, make sure you are safe emotionally and physically. If you aren't, wait until you are in a better place. Remember, you are in control, and acknowledging who you are is the most important step. For the news today, we have 3 stories. Our first story is an update on last week, where we discussed the vetoing of a law that would put more protections of the LGBTQ community in Fairbanks, Alaska. Only a week after Mayor Jim Matherly vetoed the law, people have rallied together, and the Fairbanks City Council voted 4-2 to keep the law in place. Our next story brings us to South Carolina, where a 4th grader, who remains unnamed, was prevented from turning in an essay because it discussed bullying of members of the LGBTQ community. Now, the school is being sued by the girl's parents, as they have violated the girl's free speech protected under the First Amendment. The outcome of the case is still undetermined. Our final story brings us to New York City, where the first affordable LGBTQ center is being constructed. The building is meant to serve as a place for our elder members of the LGBTQ community to feel comfortable and cared for. The building is set to open late June this year, right around the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots, which our elder members of the LGBTQ community remember well. Finally, we have a few questions submitted to us anonymously through a Google form. If you would like your questions answered, make sure to click the first link in the description and submit your questions for a chance to be featured in a future GSA Monday. Our first questioner asks, while we briefly touched on this earlier, the reason that Pride is held in June is because the largest event in LGBTQ history, the Stonewall riots, happened during this month. Our last question asks, why is the term gay used for people that are homosexual? The reason that gay is often used as a term to describe homosexual people is because it was adopted by members of the LGBTQ community in the late 60s because of the Stonewall riots. And the reason we adopted the term gay is because gay originally meant happy and joyful. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, GSA Monday is done for today.